after getting banned for 11 years, no, I applied and I got banned for 11 good years. It got overturned in June, July, I was banned when I applied for a visa. And it got overturned. Now, I'm going to tell you. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video and I hope that you enjoy it. But I'm here to tell you about my experience, lifestyle and storytelling. I followers on Instagram that's been wondering where I am. I actually moved from the UK after 9 years to Canada. For people that are asking me how Canada is, it's another story for another day, but let's get to the main point. I applied for a visa. No, I lied. Rewind. Before I got married, my husband was already processing his Canada visa. And I remember that he did IELTS. We were best friends then. Don't even ask, because don't ask why we're best friends and we're married. And that's another story again for another day. We were best friends then, and one of the things that happened was I knew he was applying for his visa to go, his stay or his PR to go to Canada as of the time. And in between that space, we got married. I think it was a week or two when we got married. They asked him to bring his passport for them to stamp it, and we just got married. So he sent them an email that, oh, his status has changed and he has gotten married. So they asked him to add his spouse details and the whole rest of it. I'm going to show you the way they worded my offense, which is not an offense anyways, because I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It is not an offense. I'm going to leave pictures, so that you can see. And I will try and do a mini video so that you would see. I wanted to go and have my nails done. As far I needed to be a baby girl now. I just got married, so I need to keep fresh. I wanted to get my nails done. Then there's this, by the nail shop, there's a corner space for you to drive in. I'm going to leave the picture here or the video. I'll do like a Google stuff where I screenshots the place. Anyway, this man was parked like right in front of me. And I drive a shoebox, like a very yellow small car that someone called a shoebox and everyone just called it a shoebox while I was in the UK. I drive a shoebox. This guy has a Jeep. I don't know the name, but it's a Jeep. It's a big car. It's a four-wheel drive car. He has a Jeep. I parked my car. He was in the car, his car was off. So the way at which I parked my car, there was no way. But anyway, long story short, this guy said my car moved his car, so therefore my car bumped it. The guy said I bumped his car, and the police came to my house. Like, I got robbed 3 weeks before then. Police never came to my house. They stole my laptop. They stole like virtually my cleaning stuff because I was in a cleaning business then. They never showed up at my house. But this guy came and said, I don't even know what to say. But the matter went to court and it got me driving without caution, not stopping at an accident. See the way you guys worded it. I did not have an accident. Someone lied to me on me. But let's move on from the gist. Anyway, by the time my husband said we're going to get married, he said he was going to add me to the PR thing. So after we got married, I think 2 weeks after, they told him to come and drop his passport. But he needed to update them that we've gotten married and all of that. So he added me there. And I told him, Uncle, please don't add me to this stuff because I don't want it implicating you. I don't want it doing this and that. And I was like, it's fine. It's this, it's that, blah, blah, blah. If they don't accept his wife that way, he's going to tell them that this is that. Then he added me to the all application stuff for PR to come to Canada. He added me there. Fast forward to July. It was my graduation period, I think. Yeah, it was my graduation. So my mom was around, my younger brother was around. All of a sudden, a week or 3 days before my graduation, or a week before, yeah, it was a week before my graduation, Canada came back and said they banned me. A home is fix it. Like, hey, they banned me. Like, they banned me from Canada for 11 years. Then because they banned me from 11 years, my husband is also banned. Then I was like, okay. Then I asked my husband, I'm so sorry. He was like, no, it's not your fault. It's not. I know you this man, with the, don't worry, but there's something going on behind. So 3 days before my graduation, I was looking for my graduation dress with my mom and my younger brother. So I called my husband and I was like, Uncle, I need you to tell me how you feel, like how you really, really, really feel. I need to know. And he was like, nothing is fine. Is this, is this. Tell me how you please feel. And I was like, you don't expect me not to be angry. I'm angry. I'm sad about it. I'm this, I'm that. I was like, okay. Thank you for talking. He said, I'm sad. I'm this and that. Okay, that's fine. I'm so sorry about what happened. It wasn't my fault. Instead of me to just apologize straightly and just say, and I was like, but I told you not to add me, which that was very silly of me doing. Anyway, so after my graduation, I think my mom left and my younger brother was still around. So one day I just called him up. He was at the office and I was like, baby, what's up? And it was like, nothing much. I said, is it possible to send an email to those people that denied us? It was like, which people? I was like, Canada, to send an email to those people that denied us. And it was like, yeah, I think so. So he went on his computer. He was like, hold on. He opened the portal and he saw it and he was like, okay, yeah, I think so that we can send a message to them and all of that. So I told him, I have an instruction for you. I am going to write a letter and you are not allowed to proofread it, change anything, or do anything at all. Like, don't touch it. Because he's a doctor and he likes to proofread like every single thing and make sure that your old stuff is correct and all of that. So I told him I don't want, just submit it the way I wrote it. Like, not about me for work on. So I got to work and I started typing the letter. I was really emotional and I typed. I wrote there what happened. I took a picture of the place that happened. Like I said, I'm going to share the screen, or if you skipped the video, here's the screen again. I wrote there, took a picture. I went to the police station to get a report that I didn't actually have an accident or what happened, and the police lady wrote it. Did she write it, or she said she wasn't going to write it or something? I can't really remember, but I told them my peace of mind. And at the end of the letter, I just wrote, my husband is a very good person. If you're going to punish me, punish me. But don't punish my husband, because he's a very good person and you can't deny him for 11 years. He's not the one that did the offense, blah, 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 blah. I wrote my peace of mind letter and I sent it to my husband. I said, do not correct it. I think he didn't correct it. I have to ask him after this video if he did anyways, because we never talked about it. He just said he submitted it. So he submitted it and we were waiting and waiting from July. Waiting and waiting. And I remember that he sent a message, or he called his friend to help him check for the updates of the old letter stuff. Now, in between that, you know when you're having another attack now joins it. So it's not like double attack. In between that, we applied for an extension for our UK visa, for our stay in the UK. So we applied for an extension for our stay in the UK. And that was the first time they started. It was that year. What year was it again? I can't remember. I think 2019. Yeah. It was that year that this year again, I think it was 2019. It was that year that UK government started you not submitting your passport when you apply for a visa. And I was like, me and my husband was still talking about it, that's strange. They should just collect it, because any which way, if you apply for a visa, you are not allowed to leave Canada. You're not allowed to leave the UK anyway, so they should just collect our passport. Not knowing that there was a drama coming in front. Normally, the last visa I applied in the UK, before that, it came out in 3 weeks. Then, January was meant to come out. I forgot to mention to you guys, my wedding was in March. Like, March. So, I've booked my flight, obviously. I'm going for a wedding. My husband has booked his flight. He has to be present for his wedding. January, the visa didn't come out. February, the visa didn't come out. And I was like, okay, this is beginning to look like a joke. So I called, nothing. And they were like, it's going to come out when it's going to come out. You guys know the UK government, right? Then it was getting to my birthday, and my husband's birthday is in March. So it was getting to a point where I'm like, okay, all my planner was working, all the vendors were doing everything, and my visa is not coming out. So I'm here worrying about Canada banning me for 11 years, and my man not really saying anything much about it. At the other hand, I have a wedding that I've spent a lot of money for, and my visa is not coming. So if you were in my shoes then, oh, and there's another story behind the old wedding stuff. Like, you guys, I have a lot to tell you guys, like a lot. Back to the story. So, UK government did not bring my passport out first week of March. Second week of March, first week of March they didn't bring it. Second week of March, we just got an email. Was it we or my husband got an email to say that we should submit our passports for a Canada visa? Like, when he told me, my heart was doing pity, like, boo, boo. I was like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? I was like, he said yes. And we're like, wait, we were here abusing the UK government, but God was doing something right behind, like ready for us. But even though I didn't understand what God was doing, I still wanted to go to my wedding, even though, yes, Canada clicked in. So we submitted our passport, and luckily, see, tops ups to Canada government. They know what they're doing. Luckily for us, the passport came out before our visa came. I got to Nigeria the day of my wedding. Yes. So when we got to Nigeria for our wedding, we got the passports. We got our Canadian visa. We got our UK visa, residency. When we got to Nigeria, it was like double promotion, double blessing. We're dancing, so it was like, we're moving to Canada. We're also like celebrating my wedding. I just want you guys to understand that even if you're rejected, don't give up. Even if you apply for that job and you don't get to, send another cover letter, send an email. Don't just give up. At least you know that you tried your best. There's one thing when my husband was my best friend as of then, he said, what do you have to lose? Just try. If they say no, you say no, but you know that you've tried. Not you going to bed and saying, okay, I didn't really try. So, anyways, that's the story of not how I moved. Yeah, the process of me moving to the UK, to Canada, and the whole story behind me getting my PR and all of that. I hope I didn't bore you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and like my video. If you have any question to ask or any comment, please leave below and I'll try my possible best to respond.